It looks like I have a lot of makeup on. Hey guys.
There we go. Does that make a difference?
I think so. So we're going on live, but we didn't. This is just so unplanned. Trying to like.
Mm-hmm. Well, cheers first off.
Oh, cheers.
Are you nervous?
I guess it's like trying to not talk about the inevitable.
Yeah.
That makes you nervous.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me nervous because it's inevitable. Nobody can vlog their entire life. I mean, you know what? I grew up my adult years all on YouTube.
Is that crazy?
In college.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like in a good way, but also in an impossible way.
I know. Do you want tissue?
What, you think I'm gonna cry too?
No,
I might get
guys, you guys, this
emotional.
is way more dramatic than it needs to be. Seriously.
Well,
but why
it
not?
is dramatic though, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, I'm so emotional. I'm having wine.
Well, I think that
Well,
it is,
did you
but
know,
I'm
by the
getting
way-
emotional too. But it's because it's a big deal.
Look, why are we crying, girl? I don't know. But I have a spritzer, so I got my white wine, the Costco box one, and then I put Topo Chico in. So it's a spritzer.
Oh,
I
is that
found
what it
out
is?
that's what it's called. Hi, Lacey from Boise, Idaho. A snow patrol. Oh, is that what this is called? I don't even know. Yeah, so we're just gonna talk about vlogging.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a part of my life for, well, being on YouTube, it's been, I think, 16 years, maybe longer. I stopped counting at like 15 years. And yeah, we've been vlogging since 2011. October 1st of 2011 was our first vlog, and then we did daily, and then we went daily for many, many, many years, and then we had kids early on in the vlog, and it started getting overwhelming as we were doing so many things, so we cut down to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And then we cut down to 5 days a week.
I don't even remember what year it was, but I remember us talking about this the last time in what is now the kids' room, but it was your studio originally, and that was a big deal. And you know what's crazy? We did the exact same thing. Remember, you're like, I'm just gonna pull out the computer and I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
And what's kind of crazy about it, we've talked about this a little bit in this past year, but it's kind of blowing my mind and the reason I bring that up and it's kind of blowing my mind is because we think that not vlogging as much would be good for us and our family in some ways, right? But we don't take it lightly because all the opportunities and like special experiences
but beyond
that we've been able to have. And because even we were telling the kids this today and their first immediate reaction was like, I still want to do the vlogs, which is kind of crazy. They said that at the park.
But beyond the opportunities, it's like I said, it's been our life. We've shared our life. I mean, a lot of people that I meet in person say they've been watching since the condo days. So like we all grew up together. If you watch, multiple times in the week. So it's like getting closer to a breakup, which is, I mean, for real though, this is longer than some relationships that we have in real life, So anyways, I didn't mean to cry. And guys, we're not stopping the vlogs, okay? it's not gonna end. It's not like, hey guys, next week we're done. But we're gonna start dwindling down less days because we have like very private moments with our girls. Our kids are growing up, like we're growing up.
The question for you is, do you want to stop?
I don't.
And why is it that you don't want to stop?
Well, because this is our, like, I feel like we have a community.
Yeah.
And when this is like a fucking therapy session.
Yeah. So the reason, by the way,
let me collect myself.
Yeah. One of the reasons that we're talking about this is because it's been a discussion of ours for a very long time. I'm actually going to ask Judy a lot of questions, okay. About this journey. I didn't think it would get this heavy so fast, but this is exactly the reason why we're having this discussion and even sharing this, okay?
Oh, you guys, it's not like this came out of nowhere. We've had this discussion before.
For a long time.
In deep detail in the past. It's just talking about it and like sharing it with people that have followed us is like
we don't take it
more
for granted
real.
And we don't take it lightly how heavy this would be for anybody. But so I've been coaching creators for a long time. I wrote a book called YouTube Secrets. I have a channel called Video Influencers. Now I'm literally coaching people about vlogging, okay? But one thing I always tell anybody that thinks about starting this or is in it, you don't want to do this at the expense of your personal life. We are one of those unusual examples where it has been a huge benefit to me and Judy in terms of we're so aligned. I mean, when I say this is crazy, even creators I know that have been doing it as long as us, it's funny, they'll have discussions with other creators or just in general and make posts, and they think it's crazy. So then I'm not worried about what they think about us. I just know realistically what Judy started and has been able to do, and of course we do this together, is kind of impossible. I don't know, and you guys tell me in the chat, by the way, sorry we're not reading everyone's things. I don't know any other creators, not in, by the way, this doesn't matter, this actually kind of goes into what I wanted to tell you. I don't know any other creators or channels that have been able to sustain what we do, and I'm not saying that as a flex, I'm just saying it to honor Judy, because she edits all these. She doesn't try to put on some kind of fake face. Oh, wow, you can do this. I never seen that before.
I think you could do this too.
Oh, cool. Wow. Is that Apple or is that the YouTube?
I don't know if this is YouTube. I think it's Apple.
But
anyways.
Out of everyone I've ever met, I've never met anybody like Judy.
Is sweet. Okay.
So here, can I just say something to you, honey?
What are you gonna say?
I am on YouTube with you because of you, okay? When you started this, you didn't have any kind of ambition to be famous or rich or successful or be, the best of the best. You started as a casual hobby, and I just wanted to support you, which is kind of nuts. Think about that. When I first supported you, before that, remember, I kind of like chuckled and laughed at you, like, oh, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
And then when you started getting free makeup, I thought, okay, this is cool. We don't have to go to a makeup store. Yeah. And that was 2008. So back then, if somebody were like from the future say, hey, you're going to start a family vlog channel. It's not going to be a family vlog channel. It's just going to be behind the scenes, right? Benji's going to create the channel and the name and everything. You're just going to do it for fun, but you're going to do it till 2024.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it 5 to 7 days. We would not believe them.
No.
And any creator too, like even daily vloggers.
Yeah.
All the people that started in that area when daily vlogging became a thing and then family vloggers, do you know anybody that's been able to do what you do? The reason I'm bringing this up, honey, is I've interviewed hundreds of creators. I've talked to probably 1,000 plus. I've had deep conversations about the creator economy and what people do. Honey, I've never met anybody like
I
you.
know, well, that's why it's, like, it's getting me emotional talking
Yeah.
about it because, like I said, it's just becoming more real. So, um, I love it. I love it, and I don't know, talking about the vlogs,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've realized that within the last couple months especially, the vlogs have been longer, but it's because I'm editing less. I have a lot more time. Like, I still
Yeah.
edit the vlogs, so I'm editing less. It's a little more raw. Um, and it's not as, I guess, like, edited or for pure entertainment. And I apologize if you've noticed a change in style, but it feels more me,
Yeah.
you know?
Which would you say any of that is because of stuff that I've been doing?
Yeah, I mean, like, I know. Well, yeah, you've been vlogging yourself, like, the same things, and I noticed you just do different topics
Yeah.
on the vlogs, which is great because it's sustainable. It's
Yeah.
something that you would do anyways
Yeah.
every day,
Yes.
but I see that I'm like, "Okay, well, if these longer vlogs work, that means that I don't have to edit as much."
Exactly.
But at the same time, I also wanna gain an extra day with my family without editing so
Exactly.
much. So eventually, we're gonna go down to 4 days,
Yes.
and that's gonna happen soon. Um, but the vlogs are just gonna be a little less edited,
Which is a good thing.
which is good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love editing. Every time I edit a vlog, it's like I'm going back. This is my video diary, so this is something
Yeah.
for our family, and we love it, and we love to share it. But I
So
also just love the fact that I could be a very present mom.
for sure. So Judy would never ever give herself any kind of praise, but she has edited 99.9999%. I think
The sound effects are the best, yes.
yeah, 20 probably videos in the life of It's Judy's Life was not edited by her. And I think, I don't know who holds the record. It's either Sean Cannell or me, right? I think 10 and 10. But the reason I bring it up is that takes a lot of time. And that's been the case. We've been a team at this. We even when we didn't talk about it, but especially when we do talk about it, we are completely aligned.
Yeah.
This is not something that is forced on either side. However, this is why I'm so shocked. There's a scene in Forrest Gump. I explain this to everybody. Judy's probably heard this like 10 times. There's a movie called Forrest Gump. I'm sure a lot of you know it. Maybe if you're younger, you don't know it. Where Forrest Gump runs across America. We're talking from coast to coast, which is crazy. It's in a movie, right? But he does. Okay, he's just like impossible person. Starts running and he runs all the way to the East Coast. And then he decides, hey, I'm going to run to the West Coast. And so he does that and he keeps going back and forth. And then what happens is people start following him because this is so amazing. This is so crazy. And along the way, I think like, I don't know how long the timeline is, but it's nuts. He's got like a long beard at this point, just running. He stops in the middle of the desert. Everyone that's following him also stops and go, oh my God, he's going to talk. He's going to say something. Like everyone's shocked because he never stops. He just always runs. Turns around and he says, I'm tired. I think we're going to go home now. Starts running the opposite way towards home. And the reason I bring up that scene in that movie is I look at Judy as an example of that real life Forrest Gump when it comes to being a creator.
Okay, these comparisons
I
are
know,
kind of
but I'm
crazy,
just telling
honey.
you, this is
Come
my
on, calm
favorite
down.
movie. She's
Okay.
doing something that I have never, ever observed. There's nobody. I know there's people that have these world records, but no one has 5 kids. Nobody has been able to do it in such an authentic way. She doesn't chase challenges or trends or always staying in her own lane. And even if I suggest an idea or whatever, she just does it. I've been waiting not because I wanted her to stop, because I was thinking, when is the gas going to run out? And the fact that Judy has it, and this is exactly the reason why I've understood how to create content, not only for myself, but I see what is working for other people because Judy is a shining
You're
example of
so
that.
sweet, but I don't know. It feels weird that you talk about me like that. I appreciate it. You're like my
Well,
number
you
one
know
fan.
why? You know why it feels weird? Because you don't look at yourself like that. You don't.
No.
You don't, do you think of yourself as great?
Well, yeah, everyone should.
But I'm saying, in
Well,
your
it's because
craft,
it doesn't affect my, like, this is my, what you see is what you get. It's the boring same shit every day. So because I'm able to vlog our life and it's not like living to vlog, it's so easy. This is how I'm able to sustain however long we've been on YouTube. But I mean,
yeah,
I do, it takes a team. It's not just me.
I
You know,
agree.
like you making sure that everything is lining up on the day to day,
Mhm.
and then having Auntie Mel help with the kids so I have
Yes.
my space to edit. Like it's I'm grateful for everybody
But
that's been on the
you
team.
still drive the whole machine.
Oh, thank you.
You could have the whole
So
team,
let's
but
move on because
well, can I ask you a question then?
okay. Is
Okay.
it deep? Am I gonna cry again? Because I'm done crying.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
you'll cry. By the way, one of the reasons why I even want to do this because it's something we've been meaning to talk about, but it's also because with this transition, we would go a different direction. I wrote a book called YouTube Secrets with Sean years ago. Started a channel called Video Influencers, ended up coaching other creators because the way Judy's been able to sustain themselves, I see other creators getting burnt out and quitting or worse things happening. I have no judgment on why it happens or what happens, but I do have a heart for people that want to do this and then they overextend themselves to do wild, crazy things and then it hurts them. We have been able to do this all this time and it's never hurt us. It's only helped us or made us have a better life, better marriage, better family,
Great
everything.
opportunities.
But I am teaching people a more sustainable vlogging method. And so we have the link down below to a webinar that I'm putting on. So if you're interested, you can do that. So what I wanted to do was ask Judy, the best vlogger I personally know, questions about what we do.
Okay, I wanted
Okay.
to put the link to that on
Okay.
the chat.
Here, how about I do it?
No, I do it.
Okay.
I do it.
I don't even know how to do it.
You know, I don't know how to do
Here,
it
I'll do it
either.
right now.
I
How
thought I knew
about
it.
I do it?
We're live on my laptop, so I don't know how to deal with this because they make it so complicated with all these different buttons. But thanks guys for tuning in at midnight if you're Pacific Standard Time, or if you're from overseas, let me know where you're watching from. This was not meant to be like a deep conversation, but it went from 0 to 100 within the first 10 seconds. But yeah, growing up on YouTube, I know a lot of you guys grew up with me too. I feel like I'm kind of like the big sister to a lot of people that have been watching, because I always hear that I started watching in middle school or I started watching in high school. Now I have a couple kids of my own. Oh, see, Sacramento, London, Australia, Dallas, UK, Saudi Arabia, Chicago, Nepal, Morocco. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, let's see. Can I?
I think it's already pinned.
Oh, it's already pinned.
Okay,
Okay.
so my first question for you, honey, is
Okay,
this.
yeah.
Why did you start vlogging in the first place?
So back then in 2011, this was before we got married, or we just got married. We just got married in
Yep.
2011. We were already YouTubers.
We just shared that part of our relationship.
Yes. And you asked, or no, there was a trend going out around YouTube called Vlogtober. So in the month of October, everybody would vlog every day. I mean, do you guys remember Vlogmas? I mean, it might still be a thing. But that's when it started. We did it for a month, and I was like, "I'm just gonna keep going." And I kept going and going, and fast forward to today, that's how we started vlogging daily.
And when I think about why people vlogged back then, a lot of people just did behind the scenes. So Judy already had her beauty channel.
We just had dinner.
Yeah, burping. Oh, my bad.
That's okay.
Okay.
Damn.
But it was always behind the scenes. It was extended stuff. So I don't know if this is something that you started, but I know that you were one of the first to do it this way. Daily makeup reviews where you go from the morning to nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were vlogging your day, it would create content for your beauty.
Oh, right.
So there was this natural, I'd say, marriage between
Mhm.
the beauty channel and the behind the scenes channel, which
Yeah.
actually almost kind of helped each other. And back then, it wasn't like, oh, It's Judy's Life is our main thing, and It's Judy Time was like a side thing.
So there was like main chick and then side chick. So
I
which one
guess
was my
so.
side
Yeah,
chick?
yeah.
Okay.
But the reason I bring it up is there was no plan that It's Judy's Life would take on a life of its own. It was supposed to be in the very beginning. So this is going back before why she started the vlog.
Yeah.
It was literally supposed to be a place where Judy just puts up very casual content.
Don't judge this
What?
tripod right now.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like I'm slouching and it's hurting my back.
Oh, really? Here, let me just fix your amazing tripod.
Thank you.
It's better than a water bottle.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I did. We pinned somebody else by accident. How do I Okay, Seattle in the house. See this, we don't know what we're doing. Unpin. I'm just gonna, okay, unpin.
No, I'm gonna pin it
Thank
right
you,
here.
Blair.
No, it's pinned. Look. Oh, there we go. Yeah, right. Okay. There we go. Finally.
Thanks, Blair, by the way. We got a super chat from Brittany.
So
I think the same old routine vlog soothes my inner child. I feel comfort and safety. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Thank you, Britt.
soothes my inner child.
That is so sweet. Thank you. I think it does that for me too. Just like, well, not that my inner child needs soothing or any. Okay, now that just sounds very pretentious. I don't mean to say it like that, but what I mean to say is I love these daily diaries because it's comfort for me as well. So I'm glad that I could provide comfort to other people.
Yeah, that is the number one thing we hear. I know for sure for me that, and it's obviously not me, it's Judy, but we're all part of this vlog, is that it's a thing that you just do as a habit every single day.
Yeah.
The number one situation though is when you're putting on makeup, when people are putting. So let me know in the comments or in the chat, what are you doing when you watch the vlogs? Are you eating? Are you putting on makeup? I want to bet money it's almost always putting on makeup or getting ready for the day.
I think it's eating.
Oh, really?
Eating lunch, yeah.
Let's see what
some
people say.
would say, oh, cleaning or crafting. Yeah, well, because when I'm on my lunch break, I'm watching YouTube as well.
Eating. Someone said it's both.
Eating, cleaning.
Lots of eating, drinking coffee before bed.
Eating.
Wow,
that's
a lot
what
of
I'm
eating.
saying.
Probably.
Oh, look, is Jen watching? Hey, Jen, love you. Look at these emojis.
So one other thing that's happening right now with vlogs is because YouTube is on a TV app, a lot more people are watching on their big screen. So let me know if you watch our vlogs. So the way they're watching it is even changing. That was my next question for you.
Oh, okay. What
were you going to say?
Yeah, I heard people watching. Oh, funny story. I don't know if I ever told you this story. I shared it. What's funny is I shared it on the vlog, but I don't know if I even shared it with you. But when I went to dinner with April,
yeah,
and the waiter was so sweet. At the end, he goes, "Oh, by the way, my mom has you on our TV every day or something like that. And I
Oh,
was
you
like,
told me about that.
and I was like, April and I were just laughing so hard because we're like, that's so sweet. Like the moms, fellow moms are watching and their kids are grown as heck. But I found out he was only 19. But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she messaged me too, and she's like, "Oh, that was my son."
Well, when we,
But like, that's how grown.
I mean, I can't even remember. I think I might have been 28 when we started. I was a kid still.
Yeah.
Well, maybe younger than that, actually.
Yeah, I forgot the question already.
No, I never asked it.
Oh.
The question was, what has changed about vlogs that you think is significant from when you started in 2011 to how vlogging is done in 2024, whether you do it or not, just what
Oh.
you see since you are
I
so.
don't know. I don't.
What about for you? What has changed for your vlogs from 2011 from 2011 to 2024?
Not much.
So that's actually one of
I
my
think that's
points.
why. Yeah,
That's one
not
of the thing
much.
that makes Judy really unique. Other creators, not everyone, right? And I'm not going to point fingers or whatever, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, to each their own. But one thing that I've always been very impressed by and I respect about
Oh,
Judy.
that's funny.
What?
Leilani says the amount of babies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
But Judy just does
that's
her own
the sound
thing.
effects.
And it doesn't change. I would say, if anything, it just got smoothed out. The editing is refined. She's adding more
Well, that's
entertainment.
okay. So, Tech for Your Needs says more cinematic vlogging. There has been more
Oh,
cinematic
for
vlogging, but
sure.
it's kind of going like back down. I think
Yes.
because of the burnout,
It's
especially
not
after
sustainable.
Casey Neistat. Like he was like the
Drones.
epic vlogger for many years, and then he's like, okay, now I don't even know what to vlog. And cinematic vlogging, like I could never, the angles, like setting up the vlog camera and then running over the street to get it. Like it's beautiful and it's really intriguing, but as a creator, it's nowhere near sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I saw that. A lot of these people were my friends, and they were doing 7 days a week. They were crushing it. And frankly, they were getting more views than us, but we don't think about views like, oh, we need to always go up, or like if they go down, like life's ending. And that is one of the keys to success doing this long term, is you can't let that metric define your happiness, because if you do, then it's going to affect your confidence, it's going to affect how you navigate your day, and potentially even the way you relate to other people, because you'll
Well,
get in a
because
bad
it's
mood.
just normal. Yeah.
But a lot of creators, that's what they do. And by the way, I'm not even spilling tea. They actually have done these videos where they say, yeah, I kind of let my success on YouTube, my failure, determine how happy I am. Definitely
Oh.
a huge mistake, because you can't predict what's going to happen with the algorithm, how audiences will change. One thing with our audience, a lot of you guys started when you were in college. Guess what happens? Not everybody, but some people get married. Some people have kids. Some people start professions or businesses, become entrepreneurs, maybe travel the world. You don't even have time to watch. So that's not a reflection on Judy or any of the other creators. And maybe even content's better. That's another crazy thing that like hurts creators. But for whatever reason, they attach their well-being, literally their well-being, to like how good their channel is doing and growing. And with Judy, like Forrest Gump running across America, doesn't give
Stop.
us ish about,
No.
okay, another thing too,
Yeah.
have you noticed we don't participate in the streamies at all? Okay. Nothing wrong with the streamies. That's just pretty cool. Like when people win, especially if you're like creator of the year. Judy doesn't do this to win awards, doesn't do this for praise by other creators. In fact, I remember, I'm not even going to name the creator. There was this creator that she sat next to as one of the most famous creators. She didn't even know that person when she was at this special like exclusive YouTube event. And I thought that is so cool.
It was Mr. Beast.
Okay. That's so cool that Judy
But
cares so little about what's going on outside. And I was starting to understand that is one of the things that makes it so that she can
Like,
do
okay,
this
that's true.
for
That's the only
years.
reason why I could sustain this for years. And also, like, I love my family and you too much to put this in front of us. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
to prioritize it. So, like I said, it was just sustainable because I'm able to be myself and share my genuine self. And that's the only way to, I think, not just vlogging, just to be a YouTuber.
That was my next question. What is your advice for either someone wanting to start to vlog or just start putting themselves out on YouTube?
Okay. Yeah, don't
Especially considering the last 10 years and how so many people have burnt out and quit. What would you tell someone brand new
yeah.
that's about to start this?
There's going to be an ad in 20 seconds, so I need to say this
Really?
within 20
Why?
seconds. I don't know, it's telling me.
Oh,
So, it's to, of course, this is as cliche as it gets, but tip number 1 is to genuinely be yourself. Don't put on a face, don't be a comedian if you're really not in the first video. Be your authentic self.
anything else? Or-
Well, an ad in 1 second, so
So are people not watching us? Or
I
what about
don't
YouTube
know.
premium people?
You tell me. This is my first time
No,
doing
I
this.
think
It
it's
said ad
working.
started.
I don't have no idea how that
You guys
works.
tell me. Can you? We are here. Okay. I have premium. Premium. No ad for me. We're here. Okay. Do you not have premium? Anybody talking right now do not have premium and you can see us?
So funny.
We're back. I skipped it.
Okay, there you
Okay,
go.
so there was
Good
an
for you.
ad. Okay. So I think tip number 2. So number 1, be yourself. Number 2, whatever it is that you're sharing about your life, well, I guess if it's your vlogging, like, make sure that it's genuine. Is that the same as being yourself?
Totally
Okay,
different.
you need to 100% be genuine, because if you wanna sustain this, doing vlogging, sharing, and people are interested or whatnot, you need to be honest, because if you keep going and you're dishonest, the receipts are all up in your channel.
Can I interject with an example?
Okay.
So say you are yourself, right? But you're not genuine. So you start creating content around a niche that you know is
That you have no
trendy.
interest?
Yeah, but you know it's trendy, it's going to get a lot of views. That is an example of not being genuine. You can still be yourself, but you're covering something that maybe have. I know there's people that create food content that genuinely not into it, but they know it's going to get a lot of views and they know how to work the algorithm, like create certain thumbnails and titles. And I'm not talking about myself, right? Because I love food, you know that. Like I got the receipts, but they just do it because they know how to work it. And at one point, it's going to eat at them because they have something else they really want to be covering, but because they don't think there's people out there. That's the one thing I will say about YouTube that's definitely different than 2008 when we started. There's an audience for everything.
Mm-hmm.
If ASMR can have millions of views, if people want to watch mukbangs where all they're doing is eating fast food and just chatting, or just even there's people that are programmers in Silicon Valley or working at some tech startup.
Mm-hmm.
They have a YouTube channel just being themselves at work.
Mm-hmm.
You can be
Ooh,
genuine
you
and
know what's a good
authentic.
one that I got into and I never thought I would be interested in watching, but I did end up?
What?
Was a barista working her job
Oh
at a coffee shop. I
yeah.
think she was in Australia,
That was cool.
and it was fascinating. Like, I'm surprised her job even let her just put a camera and you could, I mean, I guess it's kind of invasive because you literally see everybody that comes into the store,
Yeah.
so that could be a little bit iffy, but I was just like,
It-
she's just doing her job, and I would watch every time she
It
posted.
was also during the time we got an espresso machine. So I
Oh,
wonder
that
if that
must be
also,
why. You're
yeah,
right.
because it
I
popped up for me too. That kind of
Yeah,
content,
and it was
that
also
specific
COVID,
creators.
so I think the fascination that
Oh yeah.
Australia was open
Oh,
and
they were
US
open?
was in
Were they open?
lockdown.
Huh.
I don't know. It was just a crazy time, but I think that was, I mean, that was a great time for YouTube creators.
So by the way, this is actually really good because I have something that I think is a perfect
Segue?
segue. But What's other advice? So the first one is be authentic, be
Mhm.
yourself, and the second one is be genuine in the content you're
Be
sharing.
genuine. I think third most important, is this about vlogging?
It's just like in general, like if someone's gonna start a channel. So yeah, if it's go to vlogging, what else?
Okay. I think it's to be very considerate and respectful of those around you. So your
Mhm.
friends and
Mhm.
family
Yeah.
especially. And if you have kids and if there's something that you're like, "Oh, maybe there's something that I don't want to put on YouTube." I feel like parents have really good judgment about that, and to have allow your kids to have input. Our kids are very vocal about, "Mommy, don't put this on YouTube," or
Mhm.
what just happened, like, "Don't put that." Or they'll say, "Oh, can I talk about this? Can I share this on YouTube?" So be 100% aware and considerate of others.
There's a practical reason for this, because say you're doing it, you're like, hey, it's all good, we need to do this, I want to get famous, or like this is our ticket out or whatever. But if it's at the expense of the comfort of people around you, especially the ones that you care about and care about you, it can actually hurt your relationships. And so if that's the case, then like for example, if you have say, okay, we've met wife and husband couples where one of them is not all about it. Now, again, to each their own, if you need to live your life and doing it, but you might want to consider like, do I have them in if they don't feel comfortable? Because you can kind of tell when
Oh, it could
somebody,
cause
it's
tension.
definitely going to cause tension. And
If
I've
it's gonna affect your marriage, there's no way in hell vlogging is for you. Don't even try.
But even to Judy's point, don't force somebody, even if it's
Yeah.
non-vlog content, someone around you to be in it. And that's why one rule of thumb for us, whenever we're vlogging around anybody, I mean, we're talking for 10 plus years. We go, are you guys okay if I vlog this? Hey, is it okay if I have the camera on, like when I'm recording this thing? We ask permission, everybody, especially if it's somebody that we just met, or like, well, definitely we're not vlogging necessarily around strangers. In public areas, it's a little bit different if it's just like on the street or whatever. But yeah, in a private space, definitely that's, I mean, it's really good advice, especially for vloggers, because
Yeah.
you see other people doing it, but you can't expect or assume people in your world will want to be it, because there are people that are camera shy.
Yeah, we just got what's it called? Super chat from Gigi. She said, "Oh, oh, okay." Sorry. I feel very uncomfortable, kind of like
You want me to read it?
boasting. It just sounds okay. Anyways, oh wait, she said you got me through 4 years of brain surgeries and breast cancer. No way, Gigi. Oh, I'm gonna give you the heart because it's gonna float. It's gonna float. Oh, that's to you, Gigi. Thank you so much. And oh my gosh,
Sorry, that
praying for
was
you,
cheesy
girl.
doing
That's
the
so fucking
thumbs up.
cheesy. Don't do that.
Yeah, I just did it because Apple, like, well, okay.
Okay, thank you, Gigi.
Thank you so
Sorry,
much.
I'm learning how to use this. How do I get down?
How? Oh, like
Am
let
I
it go?
down? Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, wait, Ate Jazz is here. I've always appreciated. Aw, thanks, Ate. Thanks for tuning in. You guys, shout out to Ate Jazz. She's my older sister cousin. I was just talking about you Ate earlier on the vlog, which will be coming out later. But I was saying how I was making green juice. Oh, and if you're with Imelda, tell her I said hi. But when I was making green juice, I said this reminds me of when At the Jazz used to take us to Jamba Juice, and then we would drink like the grass shots. They were so nasty. But I think you dared us to
Oh,
do it.
wheatgrass.
The grass shots. Do you remember those?
Wheatgrass is called wheatgrass, and it's
It
just
didn't look
growing
like
on the
wheat.
counter.
It was green.
Yeah, well, they call it wheatgrass. That's the name of the green grass
Oh,
growing. Yeah.
yeah, it was nasty. I mean, it tastes like what grass smells like. It's
Yeah,
horrible. Like,
but it's good
was
for
that
you.
a thing in the 90s or is it actually a
Up until the
thing?
2000s, and yeah, it just
So
definitely
now
went on.
it's kale.
People still. I went to a juice shop in New York City with Leah, and I remember seeing it there.
Grass.
Wheatgrass. I know you're thinking of wheat, the
No,
blonde
no, no,
wheat,
no. Oh, okay, but
but
it's
it's
green.
wheatgrass is like grass.
But it looks, they call it wheat?
It's green. Yeah, it's called wheatgrass.
That they're lying.
No,
They
it's
probably literally trimmed their back
okay.
and then they brought it
It's
and sold it
growing.
for like
Okay, just do a
$5.
Google. Why don't you Google
That's
it on your phone?
I mean, it was not good, but yeah, when I juice kale and stuff, it smells like Jamba Juice.
Well, by the way, that means a lot to me, at least. I know even Judy, that ItsJudys, that you would say that, because ItsJudys has actually been around us probably
Oh,
longer than
Melissa's hi.
anybody in terms of like vlogging, because we've traveled with her so
Oh
much.
yeah.
And
Well,
so for her to say that,
ItsJudys has been a huge part of our life, like
oh
your
yeah,
life too.
oh yeah,
She was the one that helped him get a date with me when we weren't even dating.
and then
So
help
you need
me.
to thank ItsJudys for that.
Yes, thank you, by the way. Huge brownie points, and then help me with the Disney World thing. Man, crazy. We need to celebrate that one day, by the way. Sorry I dropped the ball, because we never really got to celebrate. I felt like that was the whole thing, but we need to go back and do something special to everybody that did that. Yeah.
We
Anyways,
just need to get another get together. It's been a minute.
now, any other
Oh,
advice
yeah.
that you can think of? Also, you don't have to force it either.
No, I'm not forcing it. I mean, I think that's the most important advice. Be yourself. Share your genuine passions and be considerate.
The reason it's a great segue is I've been vlogging on my channel, which is crazy because I never looked at my food channel as a vlog. It was always supposed to be Food Network, teaching recipes, being the chef guy. When I first moved out, I got cable for the first time in my life, which was mind blowing. And so I watched constant Food Network. This is when they still taught cooking. And so I started my channel in 2010 thinking, you know what, I'm going to do this and maybe I'll get onto Food Network. I soon found out I didn't need the Food Network because I could just do it on YouTube, which kind of weird to think about it. I didn't know that back then, but right now, a lot of kids probably would say YouTube's way cooler than Food Network.
It is.
Right?
And you know what? I remember a time when there was, because we were there from the amateur part of
Yeah.
YouTube when it was literally no such word as creators, no such word as not even the word YouTuber. But this was when people just shared their genuine passions. You couldn't make a dime. And you see that evolve. And I remember the first time when an actual celebrity started their own YouTube, and we were like, this is weird. And then we realized YouTube was a money maker. So then they were starting to hire celebrities like Will Smith. Who was another one?
Oh yeah, Will Smith's channel.
I think
remember
maybe
that.
Seth
Remember one of the
Rogen
people from The Office?
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities.
So that's when we noticed that there was huge opportunities.
That's got to be like
in
2015,
YouTube.
2014, 15, 16.
And that's when YouTubers became a thing. We'll be back with it. Thanks to our sponsor in 3, 2, 1 seconds.
That's not our sponsor,
Unless
though.
you, oh yeah, not really our sponsor. I take that back. It's YouTube's sponsor.
By the way, I don't know if other creators like shout out the ad.
I know, but it's funny because it literally tells me an ad is about to pop up, but nobody, everyone here is looking and they're like, hey, we're still watching you.
Well, I hope
so
they
I
all
wonder
just
if
skip
that's
the ad.
like after. I think it's after this is published.
I'm pretty sure.
It's just funny. Like I've never seen that people would put an ad there.
Can I finish my story now?
Okay.
So I wanted to be on the Food Network.
Your stories are just really long, and
How about I give you the fast version?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah.
Please, Lord.
Wanted to be on the Food Network. I quickly found out I didn't need the Food Network. I would say though, my content might not have been 100% genuine, and the reason is I was authentic, right? But because it wasn't genuine in the way I might talk to people in my life about food, because I wasn't a chef, I never worked at a restaurant, I just stopped putting up content. I remember feeling, there's no way I can there's a good friend of mine, Matt. He's been a chef for 10 years. I knew before I even met him, I could never compete against a guy like that. So one of the reasons I quit, I was like, what do I have to offer? It was actually my friend Sean that was one of the trigger moments when I realized what was genuine to me. He would come over to my house and I'd be cooking something and he would just stand there and listen to me for 40 minutes. I'm not kidding you. I don't remember like, wow, this guy, he's my friend. When I say this guy, he's my friend, but I was
Sean's
like,
so sweet.
he's like, tell me more. Tell me about it. And he's not trying to flatter me. There's no reason to. And he's like trying different things. And he was genuinely interested in what I was doing. I was like, you know what? One day, and there was a lot of elements, I thought, that's what I should vlog. That's what I should put on my channel. That was last November. And since then, I've done, I think, over maybe close to 200 vlogs. But to your point, I'm way more myself, wouldn't you say? Because I'm not like, hey guys, welcome to Benjamin TV. So today I'm going to show you how to make deviled eggs. Now I'm like, okay, guys, so I don't have that much time
There's
left.
screaming in the background.
Yeah, exactly. It's like my real life. And of course, I'm sure most of the viewers, at least in the beginning, were you guys that just watch it. So it was like normal, but it was kind of extended. It was just my stuff. But then it was more genuine because I wasn't trying to come off as this chef teaching you something. Sometimes I'm just sharing my recipe. I just did a vlog the other day and I literally came up with that recipe. I didn't know if it was going to be good and just did it. It's funny because I didn't give you what I made for myself yesterday because what I made today I think was better. Anyways, you're seeing me in real time come up with recipes, but that's more genuine to me because I am not a chef mastering the recipe. That's why when you guys asked me for a cookbook, I would have to take maybe a year of my life to master. You know, there's a lot of people that get other people to make the recipes. I want to do it. Anyways, my point is this: way more myself and way more genuine. Now, the respecting other people, we've been doing that forever, so that's normal. But I totally agree because most people do not let themselves be authentic because they're afraid they need to put on a certain kind of act. And then secondly, they're not creating the content that they want to create that's inside of their heart. The quickest way to know if you should be doing this is on your free time, maybe at work, on the weekends, with family and friends. Are you talking about the thing that you're recording? Because the thing that you talk about the most, the thing that you obsess over, that you're passionate about, is probably the thing you should be creating content around, especially for vlogs. And this is why on my new workshop that I'm putting on, the link is down here, I talk about this. I talk about how to understand and how to frame everything. Anyways, we're looking at this.
There's another
countdown.
Another one. I mean, sorry, we should probably end this soon. It's already getting so late. But another obvious one is to just prepare yourself for people that are going to disagree with you, the haters or the disagreeers. And that's okay. It's okay that there's people that are not going to have the same opinion as you or not like what you're wearing or just will pick out any little thing about your appearance. But if that's going to get to you, then maybe YouTube is not for you. So you have to have thick skin going into it and know that you will be judged and to not take it personally.
Okay, so the countdown is happening again.
And back to the next sponsor.
Unless you
got premium. Then you're premium. Where's my Topo Chico?
You want me to grab it for you?
Over there.
Yeah, I'll get
Thanks.
it. I do have one more thing I want to say.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all, it's been go all day. We got up early in the morning, and as always, we're jumping out of bed to get ready for church. And then afterwards...
Well, not me.
And then afterwards, getting the kids ready, doing everyone's hair. And then we split forces. We went to the farmer's market. I went to the park.
It was a crazy day.
With the littles. And then we came home. And then, what did we end up? I napped while the littles napped. Then we got up. You took the kids to the park. I got a workout in. I'm so proud of myself. Then I got juice. We had a crazy late-ass dinner with the big girls just not too long ago. So we just had done with dinner.
I think we should answer the question, though, that we came on.
I forgot what the question was.
When are we ending the vlog?
Oh, yeah.
So we mentioned, if you're just chiming in, we are going to start tapering the vlogs off this year up until January, and you could see as little as 2 or 3 vlogs a week. And that's when Judy got emotional, and that's why we kind of went
Yeah,
off
that's
it.
how it started. Wow.
Because it's so important to not just Judy, for us too, for me and our whole family. We really love it, but there's personal reasons as well as like a public reason. We want the girls to not live their entire, which by the way, they don't. If you notice, the girls are on less. It's more me and Judy. It's like old school. It's Judy's life, right? When I said it's Judy's life,
And the
right?
littles with their crazy antics because
Yeah.
they're so freaking crazy. They're crazy.
The one thing I will say definitively for me personally, which actually kind of puts out completely exiting for a little while, is when the littles get older. When I say older, we're not going to disclose the age, but we will stop vlogging our kids.
Yeah.
And that will probably be a huge change. But I mean, when do you think we would completely stop? What would be the trigger for you?
To say stop cold turkey is almost like non-existent in my eyes. And when I say cold turkey, like being on social media, period, like maybe post on Instagram or on YouTube or, like, but it's not at all eventually be no more daily vlogs.
But it would be different.
It would be different. Like I already said, if you're tuning in now, like I mentioned before, since we started in 2011 to 2024, there's been a decrease in vlogging. The vlog style has kind of changed to where it's a little more raw content, less edits.
It's like old school YouTube.
I have like my sound effects, like my go-to sound effects that I will always add. I can't not add the thumbs up. But in terms of like making it so comical to the right timing, it's not there anymore because I don't have the bandwidth to sit around and play with the editing, and I would never rely on anybody else to edit our vlogs.
By the way,
it's like it's a part of it's why I love it, because I get to relive our diary, so I have to edit.
By the way, I'm reading all the chats, and they're really very, very
kind. Sweet. Thank you.
And they're very sweet and heartfelt. So
yeah, so there will be less vlogs in the week in the near future. We're going to go down to 4 days a week. And I feel like for the most part, people are understanding because vlogs still take time. I mean, it's still like a day job for me. It's the greatest day job, so I'm not complaining. And it's flexible, and like I get to share our daily diary, which is one of the greatest jobs, right? And I'm just so grateful for everybody that stuck around all these years and grew up with us and have seen me grow into the woman I am and the mom I am, and our relationship from
when you say
newlyweds to parents.
When you say condo days, right? or even before that, like from the beginning, if you mention it's Judy time.
I smelled that.
Oh my bad.
I was right in that.
Me. We just ate some Korean barbecue that grilled.
I can't take that back.
Okay, my bad. Oh, don't worry, I'm breathing out this way now. I didn't realize that's like a thing guys do sometimes.
You were talking while you were burping, honey. Yeah.
Well, okay. Back to what I was saying.
Okay, we gotta go. Yeah,
I just want to say thank you, because this has been the biggest blessing to us as individuals.
For our family.
I never really fully got to finish what I was saying. I never thought I would be doing this. I was never someone that wanted to be in the limelight, that have influence or do this on YouTube. In fact, I remember looking at YouTube before Judy, and I just remember thinking, okay, there's people that put these silly videos on, and I thought that's just what it would be. I thought it would be a website that would die. So like now to have written a book and to be knowing creators and have the blessing of helping other people do this is awesome. And it was never in the plan, but I'm so glad it was part of what we've done. And we've had priceless experiences with you guys in travels. But I would say our life, right, as a married couple, it's just extremely more grander because and
Yeah.
not in
Oh,
because of
yeah,
the
and
money
before
or
we
the
leave, because we
experiences,
do have
but
to leave soon,
yeah.
just so we could have time for ourselves. But quickly, thank you so much for also being my therapy, because anytime I talk about situations, I get so much constructive feedback that
Mhm.
without you, I'd be so lost. So thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, check out Benji's course. I'll
Or
have it linked, his
the
workshop.
workshop.
I'll have it linked here, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Good night. I'll see you on the vlogs.